Welcome to Rogers Center. The Blue Jays are red hot. They've won 9 straight, trying to make it 10 in a row against the Kansas City Royals. The Royals are in town, first of 4 tonight. Ned Yost's team has been scuffling lately. They've won just 3 of their last 10 ball games, and they have been offensively challenged. Take a look at their lineup. Nori Aoki, top of the order. Then the veteran Omar Infante. He's got great numbers against R.A. Dickey. That's a .516 average, a couple of doubles, 2 homers, and 5 RBIs. Then the cleanup man is Billy Butler. This season, he's having a good run against the Jays. He's 5 for 11 with a double and 2 RBIs, but this lineup overall has really struggled to score runs lately, and they're in tough tonight against R.A. Dickey.
No, Dickey's making his 7th career start against the Orioles. Last time out against the A's, he went 8 1/3 innings, giving up just 2 earned runs. He got the win. It was his longest outing of 2014 and his 7th consecutive quality start. R.A. Dickey's starting to lock it in a little bit. Look for the fastball again tonight. We talked about in his last few starts, he was working the changeup. Now he's throwing a little bit more with the fastball. He's trying to sneak a strike here and once in a while.
Once he gets ahead, then he can really utilize that knuckleball, what has been very good lately. Take a look at the defense, and boy, they put on a show last night. Melky Cabrera and Anthony Gose in left and center really did a great job backing up Liam Hendricks. Jose Bautista, a terrific defender in right. Juan Francisco's been a pleasant surprise defensively at third. Reyes and Laurie are doing a great job up the middle. Encarnacion has become a very reliable first baseman. Josh Tolley, R.A. Dickey. This is the battery tonight. Dickey, a former Gold Glove winner.
How about in baseball when we hear hitting is contagious? How about defense being contagious? Melky Cabrera and Anthony Gose both making highlight reel catches last night. Big pick-me-ups for Liam Hendricks, a pitcher that was struggling a little bit. The Rays were getting to him, hitting him pretty hard. Both big plays, and the outfielders picked up their teammate last night.
When you're winning, it's easy to give that little extra defense, and Brett Laurie, he played great at second and at third last night. He's got terrific range. Francisco took a hit away from David DeJesus, and then Edwin Encarnacion over at first base. He has really become a very good first baseman. And this team right now, and during this 9-game win streak, they've committed just 2 errors.
They've been on fire offensively, defensively, pitching. They're just firing on all cylinders right now.
R.A. Dickey is set. Nori Aoki will step in. Aoki is a threat to bunt. He has 5 bunt singles already this season. There's a first pitch strike, and we are underway. Aoki has 12 infield hits. Left-handed batter. He gets out of the batter's box very quickly, and there's strike 2. Once Dickey gets ahead, and he has used that fastball to get ahead very effectively, then when he gets a good feel for the knuckleball, he'll use that as well. There's a pop into the seats.
See that thing dancing around already, and that's what it's done his last several starts since he's been pitching better. He feels he's, believe it or not, in more command of the knuckleball. It's somewhat of an uncontrollable pitch, but he can manipulate that baseball.
Aoki gets a piece of it to stay alive, and he shoots this one down the left side into the seats. Kansas City 24-28. They're 6.5 games back in the AL Central. Another 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, he lays off.
A little bit harder there with the knuckleball, up to 79 miles per hour. That for R.A. Dickey is a hard one. He'll usually be in the mid 70s to upper 70s, but not that high.
Aoki's doing a good job of laying off those borderline pitches. It's now 2-2. Another foul right at home plate.
You can see the indecisiveness there with the swing of Aoki. That ball is dancing all around, especially with 2 strikes. Hitters have to be extra cautious with the knuckleball because you don't want to swing at something that's diving out of the zone. But look at that thing. It's just floating, and then very late you get that downward movement. He's just trying to put that ball in play.
Now it's a full count. A 9-pitch at bat for Aoki to start the game. Omar Infante with those huge numbers against R.A. Dickey will be next. tried to get the fastball in there and missed. R.A. Dickey is on a roll. He has really thrown well over his last 4 starts. He has been nearly perfect.
Well, he's just more in control. As we said, he can manipulate the knuckleball. You can actually control it at times. And earlier in the season, he even said he just did not have command of it. It was dancing out of control, and he was trying to throw it harder. Believe it or not, that's when he said that he had more command. But he was really fighting it earlier in the season. But he's figured it out a little bit.
Omar Infante, 16 for 31 against Dickey. Takes that high knuckleball. Why in the world would Infante have such gaudy numbers against Dickey?
You know, right-handed hitters tend to feel better against the right-handed knuckleballer. Why? I have no idea, because you can say that it's coming from behind you. It should be more difficult. But the right-hander's always looking for the ball up, and you're trying to let it get deep in the zone. And Omar Infante is one that he's a very smart hitter. He was in Detroit for several years there, and he is a very smart hitter. If you make the ball be up, there tends to be less movement. When it's down in the zone, that's when it's diving all over the place. Very much easier said than done, but our Omar Infante has done a good job of it.
There's a strike. It's a 1-1. Kansas City's done a good job of laying off, but Dickey has neutralized that approach. We have seen that with Oakland and with Boston, and he threw a lot of fastballs to get ahead, especially against Boston.
Against a team that sees a lot of pitches, and this is a different team here. This is a struggling team offensively. He may do the same thing, is challenge him a bit more.
This team is struggling so offensively that they have switched hitting coaches today. Dale Swaim, who is the third base coach, has taken over as the hitting coach. He was the hitting coach for Ned Yost when they were in Milwaukee for the Brewers. He was the hitting coach for 3 years under Ned Yost. Two balls and 2 strikes. Kevin Seitzer, of course, was let go as the hitting coach for the Royals, and he is thrilled to be right here where he's at with the Blue Jays.
Doing a fine job with these Blue Jays hitters.
Dickey is always very adept at shutting down the running game. He's quick to first, and he really is aware that he has to help out his catchers because that knuckleball doesn't travel very quickly to home. Infante got a piece of it, stay alive.
Catcher's got that big glove too. You see the glove of Josh Tolley. It's such a big glove that, number one, it's hard enough to catch a knuckleball cleanly, but then you've got to go in there with your throwing hand and find it and get a good grip. It's a very difficult task for a catcher. Tough to throw guys out steal and get that grip on the baseball.
Another full count. First 2 batters very patient against Dickey. Eric Hosmer, a young first baseman, will be next. Nobody out. Yeah, Dickey thinks that Aoki's going to run here with this full count. It's a good gamble for a team that hasn't scored many runs lately.
You've got to get something going, try something, anything to try to manufacture a run. This is not a team that slugs the ball either, so they've got a lot of singles, not a lot of extra base hits, so they need a lot of hits to score a run. Not
running, ground ball to short. Reyes takes the short hop, goes to first to retire Infante. Aoki moves to second on the play. Talk about R.A. Dickey in his second season with the Blue Jays in the American League. He has done a terrific job of keeping the ball in the ballpark.
And that's so important for any pitcher. Make the team beat you with their bats inside the park. Obviously having a little better corralling that knuckleball. And as we talked about, when he can command it and make it do some more things in the strike zone, it's harder to square up for hitters. And when he's not going good, and we saw it earlier in the season, that ball's flattened out over the plate, and he'll get punished.
This is the 12th start for Dickey. He's allowed just 5 home runs. Eric Hosmer takes one down for a ball. Hosmer batting .280, but the alarming number is that home run total, 1. And that's been a concern for Kansas City. Kansas City has hit 10 home runs in the month of May. That's the fewest in the American League, while the Blue Jays have hit the most. They've hit 44 home runs in May alone. Dickey's fighting his command a bit early. It's 3-0 now to Hosmer.
It's almost like the Royals are going up with a patient approach, as you discussed, and not a bad idea. Get us the knuckleballer, feel him out, see what he's like in the first inning, and right now it's paying off a little bit, working the count.
Dickey will use that knuckleball 3-0. He's more comfortable doing that than he is throwing it 3-1. He'd rather throw a 3-1 fastball than a 3-2 knuckleball. There's another good knuckler. That runs the count 4. Billy Butler with his .455 average against the Jays this season. Aoki at second. Strike 3 called. Hosmer caught looking at that strike. Angel Hernandez, the home plate umpire, rings him up.
Eric Hosmer thought that ball was up a little bit. Looks like it caught the top of the zone, but again, a harder knuckleball by Dickey with some movement. Look at that late movement. Looks like it's high. Just comes down at the very end, and he freezes on it.
Looked like a strike. 2 outs. Billy Butler. Butler is the cleanup man.
First pitch fastball. He'll try to sneak one in there first pitch, expecting hitters to take, and he considers it a free strike.
It's a pretty good job of catching that ball by Josh Thole.
And not only did he get to his backhand, but sometimes it's hard to even catch that ball, let alone make it look good to the umpire.
Ball in the dirt. Another good stop by Thole. 2 balls and a strike to the Royals cleanup hitter. Of course, these two were battery mates in New York in 2012 when Dickey won the National League Cy Young Award. Nobody knows Dickey better than Josh Thole. And the foul down the right side. That'll even the count at 2-2.
Josh will laugh too, because he calls the game, of course, but he says, all right, Dickey can be a little stubborn. He wants to throw what he wants to throw, and when he wants to mix in a fastball, he'll do it. And he tried doing it against Yoenis Cespedes of the Oakland A's the other day, and it didn't work so well. So he gave a little chuckle there that he wanted to throw it, so he let him.
Dickey strikes out Butler. A couple of strikeouts in the inning. Kansas City leaves a runner in scoring position. James Shields will take them out when we come back. Josh Thole might be talking about a different approach. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Of course, they're on a great roll. They've won 9 straight. Top of the order. Been great table setters. Jose Reyes, Melky Cabrera, and then Jose Bautista. Against James Shields, he has a .321 career average with 4 home runs. He has hit well against Shields in the past. Edwin Encarnacion, May, we all know about the May numbers. 14 home runs, 29 RBIs, and an OPS of over 1. Edwin has 3 more games now to add to those gaudy numbers in the month of May.
James Shields making team leading 12th start of the year. He's pitched well against his former AL East rivals, going 12-6 and 3.09 ERA over 23 starts. He did not factor in the decision. Last game against Los Angeles went 6 innings, giving up 4 earned runs.
Jose Reyes will step in against James Shields. Reyes has been a terrific table setter for this lineup. Looks at that first pitch. It's a fastball in there for a strike. Average up to 260. It's been a slow, steady climb for Reyes. There's that cut fastball. It misses. Ball on the strike.
Shields' fastball average about 92 miles per hour, but he likes that cutter as well. It's what change up and an occasional curveball. Throw it both sides of the plate, that cutter.
Shields is making his 10th start here at Rogers Center. He has a career record of 4-3 with a very good ERA at 3.69. Fastball caught the outside corner, according to Angel Hernandez.
According to Angel.
He's the only one that really matters. There's a changeup. That's always Shields' bread and butter pitch.
He will use that. That's a good pitch for him. He uses it as a strikeout pitch.
Hit hard, but right to second base. Infante is there. 1 down. Omar Infante at second base. Let's take a look at the outfield. Gold Glover Alex Gordon has found a home in left field. He started out as a third baseman. Lorenzo Cain and Nori Aoki in center and right. Pedro Siriaco's at third base as they've made some changes at third. Escobar Infante up the middle. Hosmer won his first Gold Glove last year, as did Sal Perez, the catcher behind the plate.
Siriaco's at third tonight. Danny Valencia was supposed to be back from a sprained wrist tonight as they arrived in Toronto, but unable to go, so Siriaco gets the start. That issue all created with Mike Moustakas being sent down to AAA.
Melky Cabrera goes after the first pitch. Valencia's been dealing with a sprained hand. He took batting practice tonight. You can see he's got that hand wrapped up. Might be putting ice on it right now to try to calm that hand down, but he's not played since Monday. Melky Cabrera. Terrific start to his season, batting .314. Melky Cabrera played with the Royals in 2011 and had his finest offensive season. He had a 200-hit season, and the irony is that his hitting coach in Kansas City was Kevin Seitzer. He's on a good stretch. His last 9 games have been coincidental with the win streak.
Another coincidence that Kevin Seitzer's philosophy in Kansas City didn't fly real well because they weren't really talking about the long ball. But obviously it just has not worked for them this year either.
There's a fly ball into right. That ball is going to drop in front of Aoki. That ball was up there a long time, and Cabrera drops one in front of the right fielder.
Melky Cabrera just got this off the end of the bat a little bit. Just not quite able to get there. Nori gave it a good run. That's the one thing with this artificial turf. You give that a run because it was hit so high. He knows his center fielder Lorenzo Cain has his back.
1 out. Bautista. Good career numbers against Shields. For his career, Jose's hit .321 against Shields with 4 career home runs. He got a pitch to hit right there, and he has seen pitches in the middle in the past against Shields.
Well, you better not miss if you're middle in to Jose Bautista. And it doesn't matter what pitch it is. He covers that middle in. He's looking in there. And that's what he really does, is he'll hammer pitchers' mistakes. Those are the off-speed pitches that get hung. Fastballs in the middle. You have to locate the baseball against these sluggers.
Pull that one outside. Bautista with those 4 home runs against Shields. He's only hit more home runs against David Price and John Lester. He has 5 against Price and 5 against Lester. Good defensive swing to stay alive.
That's a well-located fastball right there by Shields. Good job by Jose just being able to get a piece of that. That's what good hitters will do. They'll be able to foul that pitcher's pitch off and try to be able to keep that at bat alive. The more pitches you'll see, eventually that pitcher may make a mistake. Just a well-located fastball right there. Best pitch in baseball has a well-located fastball down and away. Jose able to get a piece.
Line drive to left field. Get up. Gone. Bautista off to an early start against James Shields.
Just what we talked about, Jose Bautista fouled off a very tough pitcher's pitch, bought himself another pitch. The more pitches you see in an at-bat, the more likely the pitcher will make a mistake, and we just said it, you cannot make a mistake to Jose Bautista or he'll end up in the seats. He got the head right to that thing, not a problem at all.
It's a changeup down and in, and he was able to stay on it and drill it.
And that's the dangerous part about the changeup for Shields. When he throws that changeup as a strikeout pitch, he wants that ball to go straight down, not down and into the barrel.
Bautista now has 5 home runs against Shields. He has 5 against David Price and 5 against John Lester. That's a who's who of pitching. Good cutter inside to Adam Lind. Ball and a strike.
Just goes to show you cannot make mistakes against good hitters. And again, that's a good pitch for Shields. That's his changeup, but he does not want it diving down and into a right-handed batter, especially Bautista. He wants that to stay out over the plate, go straight down.
Then fouls off the breaking ball. Bautista's home run is the 45th home run the Blue Jays have hit in the month of May. That's more than 12 teams have hit all season. They've out-homered 12 teams in the month of May.
That is a slugging club.
Whew. And then they beat you with a bunt and an error last night.
They have beat teams all kinds of ways. They've done it on the base pass, they've done it with a bunt, and of course they've done it with the long ball.
Back up the middle, there's that shift, and Escobar was waiting for it. 2 down. Another well-hit ball.
Adam Lind has done this several times this year. Teams play him right up the middle. Good swing path. Driving the ball right back up the middle, but that's where they're playing, and it pays off for the defense.
Bautista has given the Blue Jays an early 2-0 lead. Edwin Encarnacion, 16 homers for the season. He goes after the first pitch. Edwin has 14 home runs in the month of May. Only Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire have hit more home runs in May than Edwin Encarnacion. Bonds hit 17 home runs in 2001. McGwire hit 16 in '98. That's since 1995. Mickey Mantle had 16. Two nothing Jays. Strike 3 call. Fastball on the corner. The inning is over. But the Blue Jays take an early lead, the 35th time they have scored first this season. Jose Bautista with a man on, his 13th of the year. The Jays and R.A. Dickey lead 2-0.
Brought to you by the 2014 Honda CR-V. Honda, proud to be the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays. And by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Blue Jays score first again, 35th time they have scored first in a ball game. 24-10 in their previous 34 games that they have scored first. So R.A. Dickey again has been given an early lead.
That's a nice thing as a starting pitcher. You get those runs behind you early. You can pitch a little bit more comfortably, be aggressive.
Dickey threw 28 pitches in the first inning. He's going to have a couple quick innings to continue that streak of 7 straight games with 6 or more innings. Pulled to the first baseman. Encarnacion waves off Dickey. Gordon's retired, 1 down. Well, he showed you R.A. Dickey and Josh Thole talking after the first inning. What do you think they might have decided as change?
Well, I think what he's going to have to do, and sometimes it could even just be the setup from a catcher, maybe just staying more middle, trying to work ahead a lot more. I know strike one is good for any pitcher, but especially for R.A. with that knuckleball, if he is having a little bit out of his control, that he wants to work ahead.
So strike one to Sal Perez. Well, once you get a strike, then you make those hitters chase.
That getting ahead is just so important for any pitcher, but especially again with the knuckleball, because it is such a wild, can be such a wild type pitch. When R.A. gets ahead, now he can do a lot of things. He can even sneak his fastball in at that time.
Josh Thole went after that just in case it might have been a strike. His reaction said, "Go get it," and then it was called the ball. 1-2. There's a long drive to left field. This ball is in the second deck. Sal Perez with his 5th home run. It comes with 1 out here in the second.
There was no doubt about that. Whether it was going to stay fair or foul was the only question, but Perez got all of that ball. It was a knuckleball again, I believe, from Dickey.
This is just the 11th home run the Royals have hit in the month of May. Perez, it's his 5th. It is the knuckleball. Perez 2 home runs against the Blue Jays this year. He hit one in Kansas City earlier. Lorenzo Cain, center fielder. Cain was acquired by the Royals in a trade with the Milwaukee Brewers in the Zach Greinke trade back in 2010. Tried to wait as long as he could. Three-two pitch. Cut out and missed. Cain strikes out. 3 strikeouts tonight for Dickey so far.
It's a big swing by Cain. Did it earlier too with a strike 2 pitch, but no shortening up here. Good knuckleball. It stayed up in the zone a little bit, but it's a big hack from Lorenzo Cain.
That slow knuckleball in there for a strike to the shortstop Alcides Escobar. Escobar was involved in that Brewers trade. He came along with Cain to Kansas City. Alcides Escobar, Lorenzo Cain, Jake Odorizzi, and Jeremy Jeffers came from Milwaukee for Zach Greinke and Yuniesky Betancourt.
That was a real slow one right there. Took a lot off of that knuckleball, and those are the varying speeds that Dickey's going to have to command out of his knuckleball. That was the slowest one he's thrown yet at 64 miles per hour.
Strike-free call. Came back with a harder one. A couple of strikeouts in the second. R.A. Dickey still has a 2-1 lead. Contest is on, so if you post a picture through Twitter or Instagram of you cheering for the Jays and include the hashtag cheer like never before, you could be a lucky winner headed to the All-Star game in 2014 in Minnesota. The contest closes June 14th, so you got just a little over 2 weeks to enter the Rogers Cheer Like Never Before contest. Visit BlueJays.com/Rogers contest for full contest details. Everybody's always taking pictures, so get your group together and make sure you cheer. And then send us a group picture and you'll be entered into that contest. Juan Francisco in the 6th spot tonight. There's a changeup. He fouls off. She is ahead 0-2. Francisco has 9 home runs. hit his 9th home run on Tuesday night against Josh Lukey. Got a curveball and hit it to the opposite field over the wall and left.
Tremendous power. Wow, he's got some thunder in that bat.
Another good changeup, and Francisco strikes out.
And that changeup there is different than the one that he threw to Jose Bautista. You see that one going straight down as opposed to down and away from Juan, which was down and in to Jose.
So the batter will be Brett Laurie, batting with 1 out. Shields reached back for a little extra on that fastball that threw it well off the plate.
First one 94 miles per hour, second one 91, and you can see that's good pitching right there. Changing speeds. Pitchers think that they always have to throw the same 94 if you have it. Well, no, change your speeds a little bit, and that's what can upset a hitter's timing as well.
Laurie hits this one to right. Aoki is on the run right near the seats, and it's into the seats out of play. James Shields has multiple weapons, but that changeup is his bread and butter pitch.
Well, he'll use it as a strikeout pitch. You can see with 2 strikes, using it more. That is a strikeout pitch. A changeup is not traditionally a strikeout type pitch. It'd be more of a split-fingered fastball, but when you get the action he does on it, and as I said, he wants that thing going straight down. That's the strikeout pitch. When it goes to one side or the other, it can run into a barrel.
Well, he fouls that ball back. Well, Shields, he's a pitcher. There's no doubt about it. 7 straight seasons of 31 or more starts and 200+ innings.
He is a horse.
There's that wipeout changeup at 86. 3 straight strikeouts now for James Shields.
Well, there's quite a list right there. We know what Mark Burley does, and we've seen him do it a lot. Look back at his career numbers. James Shields right behind him. And that's a full season. You know, when you go 200+ innings for your squad, that means a couple of things. Number one, it means that you're giving your team a chance to win because you're out there a long time. And number two, it means you've stayed healthy.
Josh Tolley takes his strike. Shields and Burley have a lot of similarities, and as you mentioned, neither one of them are max effort guys. That's ground ball up the middle. Infante has plenty of time. Quick inning for James Shields. 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the 3rd. Blue Jays have a 2-1 lead. Of it, who show us sharing life experiences and learning new lessons of giving back are even bigger than the game itself. Home and really far away, the boys from Whale Cove, Saturday on Sportsnet, just before the baseball coverage. Great story about 10 young boys from Nunavut who use hockey to teach some great life lessons, and make sure you check it out. We move to the third. All the runs so far in this ball game have scored on home runs. Bautista with a 2-run homer. Sal Perez with a solo shot. Pedro Siriaco takes a strike. Dickey's got a good knuckleball.
You see Josh Thole fighting that right there. Got the strike from Angel Hernandez, but as a catcher, you want to make sure you catch that baseball. A lot of umpires will not give you that pitch if you don't catch it.
There's a ball ripped down the left side, but that's going to hook foul. You and I both spend a lot of time behind the plate, and we'd box up a ball like that, and they'd say, box me up a pair of those. One of the old great lines that we used to hear a lot is, take the goat head out of that glove.
The goat head out. Got a sprinkler head in there.
Box me up a dozen oranges. We've heard them all.
You've got an excuse when it's a knuckleballer there. So Josh Thole's okay. It's when you do it against the traditional pitchers that you're in trouble. Tough task for Josh Thole catching that knuckleball.
Another 0-2 pitch in the dirt. When the Blue Jays made the R.A. Dickey trade, they acquired 2 catchers that could catch the knuckleball, Mike Nickius and Josh Thole. Then they went out and got Henry Blanco, who caught Dickey in 2010 with the Mets. And Blanco started with Dickey here last year, and it didn't work out. Josh Thole actually started in the minor leagues last year. Came up mid-season and really helped Dickey get back on track. That's how you win a Gold Glove right there. He had great position, had his glove ready and set, and takes the comebacker. 1 down.
Celebrate and save during Home's 50th anniversary sale. Only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
One out. Back to the top of the order. Nori takes a strike.
R.A. Dickey's very good at fielding his position because he's in a good position. When he finishes throwing that pitch, look at, he's ready for a ball coming right back at him, in good position to glove that ball and get the easy out at first base.
Aoki fouls it off. He had an extended at bat in the first inning. 10-pitch at bat, and he worked him. When Dickey's on the mound, he's such a good fielder. Look at how spread out Reyes and Laurie can be. They know they don't have to cover anything back over the mound because Dickey has it. That's a tremendous asset when you can field your position.
Field your position, and it spreads out your defense, so now you're going to cover more ground in the field as well. Can only help your own cause on that mound.
Mark Burley has 4 Gold Gloves that have helped him with his success as a starter. Aoki's really doing a good job of taking those close pitches. And he throws him that 2-seamer. He got the fastball by him for a strikeout.
That's the 2-seam fastball, and R.A. Dickey did that after the previous knuckleball. It was his harder knuckleball, but with the movement, look at the defensive swing, just tying Aoki all up. Absolutely fooled, and that's what you can do when you're throwing that knuckleball 78, 79 miles per hour. That 83-mile-an-hour fastball looks about 103.
5 strikeouts now for Dickey. Infante grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Omar Infante signed originally with the Tigers as a free agent back in 2002. He went from Detroit to the Cubs, from the Cubs to Atlanta, and then was traded back to the Tigers in a very big move with the Florida Marlins. They picked up Anibal Sanchez and Omar Infante.
How about those pickups?
That took place July 23rd, 2012. Infante got hit in the face earlier this season, and he was wearing a protective shield for a while. He's taken it off, but that's the way he reacted. That's why he reacted the way he did.
Yeah, that knuckleball got away a little bit on R.A. Dickey. It wasn't really that close to the face of Infante, but when you've been hit in the face once already, you're going to be a little gun shy.
There's a fly ball into the outfield. Bautista, the right fielder, coming in. He makes the catch. The inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the third. Anthony Gose has been utilizing his great speed. Then right behind him, you've got Jose Reyes. Melky Cabrera has already singled in, scored tonight.
Sportsnet, brought to you by the 2014 Honda CR-V. Honda, proud to be the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
The roof is closed tonight at Rogers Center, but if you want to find out if it's going to be open or closed, you can listen to 680 News for the Rogers Center Roof Report. They'll tell you if you're in for a game indoors or out. It all begins 3 hours before every home game. So check out 680 News for the Rogers Center Roof Report. Anthony Gose picked up his 3rd bunt base hit of the season last night as he was trying to sacrifice. Turned into a bunt, an error, and a game winner. Kevin Pillar running at first base for Deanna Navarro, who started the inning with a single, scored the winning run all the way from first.
I asked Anthony Gose about that bunt today, and I said, you know, do you have that in your mind already that you're going to first base, or does it depend on where the pitch is? And he said, well, when he did it in Texas, there's a pretty good third baseman down there by the name of Beltre. And then last night with the Rays, another pretty good one by the name of Longoria. So he said, I thought I'd bring it with me. Well, on both occasions, he put it in a pretty good spot. And with his speed, it puts that pressure on the defense.
Gets a piece of that changeup.
And how about completing the evening right here? Unbelievable. You see the jump he gets, and that's one thing. He's got great speed, but it's that first move that an outfielder makes on a baseball. His closing speed is unreal too, but climbing the wall to take extra bases away from James Loney.
Bouncing ball. Hosmer will have to dish in a hurry to Shields, who's there, and Gose is retired. Hosmer's a Gold Glover. Shields a terrific athlete. He got to first base quickly and was able to make the catch. Back to the top of the order. Jose Reyes grounded out to second base his first time up. It's that hard cutter. It's 88 miles an hour. It's almost like a fastball.
It really is, and that's why when his fastball gets up to that 92, 93 range, and that cutter's at 88, that's why it's not a slider. A lot of pitchers opt for that cutter now. It's a lot harder than a slider, but just less break. And as left-handed hitter Reyes, he's just trying to get it in on his hands.
This is hit in the air into center field. Lorenzo Cain is there. 2 outs. James Shields played for the Tampa Bay Rays, American League East rival of the Blue Jays, and with that, he's made a lot of starts against the Jays in the past with a pretty impressive record.
Well, very impressive record, and that's for some reason some pitchers pitch against specific teams very well. James Shields has had a lot of success. Look at the opponent's average, 218 with a whip of 102. That's not doing a lot of damage for an offense, but tonight he's facing a little bit of a different offense than I think this Blue Jays club has had in a long time.
Melky Cabrera tried to bunt it to third as they were way back at third. Siriaco was deep and well off the line. The ball might have bounced up and hit Perez underneath his left shoulder. You can see him waving that shoulder around to get loose. He kind of reached for it. The ball bounced up and hit him underneath the shoulder.
He's exchanging a little chuckle with Melky Cabrera. He's probably saying, swing the bat, would you?
Well, you can see where Siriaco is. That's why it's inviting for Cabrera. He gets the ball down near that foul line, and he's going to walk to first. Melky hit a bloop single that fell in front of Aoki, the right fielder, and that set the table for Bautista's 2-run homer. Bouncing ball. Infante had the barehanded and makes the play. Felt he didn't have enough time to use the glove, so he's got sure hands and a lot of confidence. James Shields appreciated the effort. Roberto Alomar, and Rob, it's great to see you. Boy, you look great, like you're having a good time, huh?
I'm having a great time. Having fun in my house with my newborn baby, and my wife over there watching the games. I just want to say hello, and real happy so far.
Robbie, you're going to announce Club 12 this year during the course of the season. Club 12 is an exclusive members-only group that's going to allow special access to a lot of alumni to the suite here, the Robbie Alomar Hall of Fame suite, and the trip to Puerto Rico. Tell us about Club 12.
Yeah, Club 12 is a membership, something that we and with the J organization and the J Care Foundation, we've been talking about doing something special to raise some money to give back to the community, to fix the ballpark in the suburbs. So far it's been great, and we're doing the launch now, and hopefully people can be part of the member 12. You can take a trip to Puerto Rico, get a chance to be with me in the game, and go to dinner, do different things, different events.
Melky Cabrera knocks that ball down. He's not sure where it is, and by the time they get it back, Hosmer ends up at second. So it's a private club, exclusive club, membership only. But the objective of the club is to fix baseball fields not only in Canada but also in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, from coast to coast here in Canada and hopefully in Puerto Rico. Now I'm devoted more to the youth. I want the youth to stay in the right path. I had the chance to play this game. This is a beautiful game, so now it's time for me to get back, and I'm real thankful. I'm being blessed that I've been part of this great organization, the Blue Jays, and now part of the Jay Care Foundation.
Well, Keith Pelly, the president of Rogers Media, and he's also a board member of Jays Care Foundation, is involved, and obviously Rogers is behind it, the Blue Jays are behind it, and it's great of you to put your name on this. As you see the kids around Canada, and you're going out with your dad tomorrow to start the super camps, are the kids in Canada now really buying into baseball and really trying to advance their own careers?
Yeah, I think they're buying into baseball, and it's up to us to go out there and make them believe that they can play this game. This is a beautiful game. I know that here in Canada they play a lot of hockey, but I know baseball is been the second sport, but we're trying to make it #1 sport. But it's about giving opportunity to the kids to go out there and do what they want to do.
Well,
either hockey or baseball.
You've certainly done your part to create a lot of interest over your career.
I try my best.
Well, you can find out more about it by logging on to BlueJays.com/Club12. Robbie Alomar is involved with it, and anything he puts his name on, you can bet it'll be first class. It's to help the kids in Canada and in his native Puerto Rico to have better facilities to play baseball. Billy Butler strikes out. Robbie, always great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and give my best to your father. I know he's helping you out a lot.
Thank you very much, and good luck to the Jays this year.
What do you think about the Jays?
I think we're going to win. We're going to go all the way. I'm a big fan of the Jays. You know, I work for the organization, so nothing negative to say.
I got to ask you about that game last night. That reminded me an lot of Devon White and Robbie Alomar running the bases.
That's the way it is. Sometimes the little things become big things.
Robbie, great to see you. Good luck with Club 12.
Thank you.
That's Robbie Alomar, the Hall of Famer, who has put his name on a good project, and they're going to help a lot of kids from coast to coast in Canada and back in his home country of Puerto Rico. One down, Alex Gordon. This is sliced down the left side. That's a fair ball. Hosmer's around third. He's going to come in to score. The ball bounces out of play for a ground rule double. So it's a tie game, 2-2.
A good piece of hitting right there, too, just staying on that ball. That's the one thing, again, we talk about against knuckleball pitchers. You really want to let that ball travel, let the ball get deep in your stance. And that's exactly what Alex Gordon did right there. Some may say that's lucky that it got down there. No, that's a result of a very good approach and a very good swing path.
Sal Perez hit a home run his first time. This is playable over near the wall. Encarnacion gets there and drops the ball. He had it in his glove, and you can see him swipe at it as it popped loose out of his glove. And he reached into the seat, so there is no fan interference in a play like that. Actually, that fan hit it with his hat, and then Edwin grabs at it. Nope, it hit in his glove. He had it for a while and then couldn't hold on to it.
What
it's
an
snow
effort.
cone.
What an effort by Edwin. Got to all the way to the little wall there. It was off his glove, kind of got off the heel of his glove. It's snow cone popping out. Then he tried to get it with his bare hand, just not able to hang on.
You know, the fans, I know they're going after those foul balls, and they get so excited. That was a Blue Jay fan. He had his jersey on and everything. And I bet you if you let Edwin Encarnacion catch that ball, He might flip it to you in between plays.
Absolutely. Just took it out away from the Blue Jays right there.
0-2. Just missed the outside. He thought it might have been strike 3.
Nice job by Josh Thole right there. He did all he could to make sure he catches the ball, but also just gave Angel Hernandez a good look back there just off the outside corner.
Boy, the Royals have done a great job of running up the pitch count. Dickey has gone 3 1/3, and he's thrown 75 pitches.
Yeah, we have not seen this in a while. He's been way more efficient in his previous outings.
You talk about the Royals, they've won just 3 of their last 10. Dale Swaim was named the hitting coach today, taking over for Pedro Grifol. But they're like a wounded dog. They're dangerous. Perez strikes out. 7 strikeouts now for Dickey, but that pitch count is climbing.
It's like Perez left the strike zone also. That knuckleball up and away, but he chased it, and that's where he's been a lot tonight. He's just been really having trouble being consistent near that strike zone, and that explains the pitch count in a hurry.
Alex Gordon's at second base. He had the RBI double. Pair of doubles this inning. Lorenzo Cain struck out his first time up. Didn't mean to. Dickey makes a nice play. That'll end the inning. But Kansas City has tied it up. They score a run on 2 hits. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's a 2-2 game. Get unlimited access to over 100 of the world's best magazines on your tablet. Baseball fans, sign up at nextissue.ca/baseball and get an extended 60-day free trial. Now, it was a beautiful afternoon around Toronto. Sun was out, starting to warm up a little bit. It cooled off at night, and that's why the roof is still closed. Jose Bautista got off to a hot start.
Jose Bautista, we talked about middle in, and that's where the mistake James Shields made with that changeup trying to go down, and it was down and in, and Jose can cover that ball. Anything middle in, he has great coverage, and those were his home runs were coming from.
Bautista to start things off here in the 4th.
Shields got that ball away.
That fastball on the outer half. How do you like the way Perez presents that target?
That's nice. You know, pitchers need a visual. They need something to see, and that's a lot of catchers will get lazy back there without that glove, but he gave him something to look at.
Well, that was an interesting pitch, an inside breaking ball.
Well, and that's the interesting thing. He will throw that cutter to both sides of the plate. That looked like it was more of a breaking ball, though he doesn't throw many of them. That's his 4th best pitch. That's a curveball. That's not the cutter. That's the curveball. You see the downward rotation.
High fly ball into shallow center. Infante takes charge. The second baseman ranging out to make the catch. Infante missed 20 games with a lower back problem. He had back inflammation, and they don't plan on him playing all 4 games on this artificial surface.
Yeah, Ned Yost wants to protect that a little bit, just coming back from that injury, and the last thing you want to do is have him standing on the turf for 4 days. But that's just an opinion a lot of people have with that turf. They feel that it's a little tougher on the hamstrings, lower back. Another curveball from James Shields. He's breaking that out a little bit this second time around.
You have to adapt to what you see, and he has the pitches to do that. Adam Lind hit a ball sharply right over the mound, and you can see the shortstop Alcides Escobar right behind Shields. That's where he was when Lind grounded out. Well, he throws that changeup just like his fastball.
He looks like a fastball coming out of his hand. You see the catcher Perez giving him a little high five from a distance right there, saying good job. That's exactly where you want to locate that pitch in that count.
Shields didn't like that last pitch. He buried it right in the dirt. He's got big thunder on deck. Edwin Encarnacion was called out on strikes to end the first. Ripped to left field. Lind stayed on that outside cutter and drilled it into left. So that'll bring Edwin Encarnacion to the plate. I mentioned he struck out. He's got 14 home runs in the month of May. And James Shields has been prone to give up the long ball.
And that's not a good matchup when you're prone to give up the long ball to face this lineup at this point in time right now, and especially this guy right here. But it's really a little bit hard to believe that James Shields would be at the top of that type of list, as good as he is, but doesn't have the dominant type stuff, the high velocity. When he makes mistakes around the plate, they get hit.
There have always been a lot of great pitchers that'll give up home runs. Catfish Hunter was always the leader. Bert Blyleven as well, because they throw a lot of strikes.
And they're in the ballgame a long time.
Yeah.
We talked about Shields already in his 200-plus inning seasons.
And Shields would just as soon challenge you and take the chance that you might hit a home run as he would walk you. So he's going to throw a lot of strikes. And with that, you're going to give up some home runs. Another big bat on deck. Juan Francisco. Francisco struck out his first time up. 3-0 to Encarnacion. Edwin thought that was off the plate outside. Now 3-1.
It's like Shields amped up a little bit there at 94 miles per hour, just in case Edwin had the green light right there, which he probably did, but not on a pitch on the outside corner.
She goes way back. Second deck. Number 17.
cannot make that mistake to this hitter. Shields through the 3-0 fastball on the outside corner. That's where you have to stay with Edwin. That ball came back over the plate, and Edwin Encarnacion just hammers pitchers' mistakes.
He now has 31 RBIs in the month of May. That ties George Bell for the most RBIs in May. Bell did it in 1987. 15 home runs for Double E in May.
There's a little cutter. He wanted it outside, but look where that ball. Look at Perez's glove reach back over to the inside third of the plate.
Francisco strikes out, and speak of George Bell, hey George, they just tied your record. He said that's okay. Cito Gaston and George Bell along with Howard Starkman at the game tonight. But Edwin Encarnacion is having a record-setting month. Two down. Brett Lawrie takes one off the plate.
Somebody asked him what the pitch was.
Ask him if he hit it good or not. Did you get that one?
Left fielder Alex Gordon did not move when that ball was made contact with.
3-0. This is a totally different ball club than Shields has faced in the past because they are patient and selective.
Well, they're selective, all right. And this is a perfect example right there. Edwin taking that 3-0 pitch on the outside corner, but then jumping on his mistake.
So fly ball into center. Lawrie had the green light. He flies out. That'll end the inning. But the Blue Jays take the lead. Edwin Encarnacion with his 17th home run. It's 4-2 Jays. Now it's time for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell in great song. They've now hit 46 in the month of May. Edwin Encarnacion, this home run is his 15th home run this month.
And you just cannot make a mistake to Edwin, and that's what happens with sluggers like Edwin, like Jose. Pitchers, there's more pressure on a pitcher to execute good pitches, and when pitchers feel more pressure to make a good pitch, that's where they're going to hang one. And you can see that was supposed to be a cutter on the outer part of the plate. It backed up on the inner part, and Edwin jumped all over it.
Derek Shelton, the hitting coach for the Tampa Bay Rays, the team that just left Rogers Center, was saying it's not the pitches that the Blue Jays swing at. It's the ones that they don't swing at, so that forces the pitcher back into the zone. He said it's a totally different approach than we have seen in the past.
Yeah, they're very good plate discipline all the way around, and these are all results of the philosophy of Kevin Seitzer.
There's a fastball strike. It's 1-1. Well, Dickey's got a little breathing room once again. He's had a good knuckleball all night long. The problem was that the Royals took a lot of pitch. He threw 28 pitches in the first inning. And he's been able to get ahead of Escobar.
Dickey has had his struggles in the latter innings, usually cruising through the 4, and then after the 4th he's had his struggles. This is the situation again. He said he needs to step up. He wants to step up and be better later in the game.
Well, obviously with this team, if you stay out there longer, you're going to get some runs scored for you.
The longer you stay out, the better you have a chance to win the ball game, and he knows that right now too, getting 2 more runs there from Edwin. He knows he has to step up right here and get some outs and let his team cruise for him.
Has a base hit into right. Encarnacion made a leap for it, but it was beyond his reach. Leadoff single for Alcides Escobar. By Josh Tolley. That's a heads-up play. And you know what? You don't see catchers do that anymore, but that was standard operating procedure for years.
That was spectacular. Josh Tolley knew what was going on that entire time right there. Could see Escobar cruising down to first. He knew he was going to take a wide turn. Edwin kind of cruised away from the bag too, just baited Escobar from getting out there. But then look at Josh Tolley coming from home plate. I'll tell you what, if Jose comes up right away and throws that ball, he may have had him.
Yeah, if he throws it right away, I think they would have got him. So it's a leadoff single, number 9 hitter, Pedro Ciriaco. I can remember Willie Mays in a game had a similar play like that. He was playing center, and he threw the ball before the guy hit the bag and had to holler at Orlando Cepeda at first, playing first. But Mays was always thinking about outs that nobody even considered. There's a drive into center. This is trouble. Long run for Anthony Gose. It's off the top of the wall. Escobar's around third. He's going to score. There'll be no throw to the plate. And the Royals come right back with a run. Ciriaco missed a home run by about a foot.
Well, all right, Dickey's having his struggle shutting down the Royals here after the 2-run home run by Edwin. It's a fastball, right middle in. Ciriaco crushed that ball. As you said, just missing the home run.
Milwaukee, the leadoff man, has walked and struck out. Anxious time for Pete Walker. The Royals have out-hit the Jays 5-4. Milwaukee not showing bunt. It's 2-0. Now, the one thing that Dickey has done over his last 7 starts, he's pitched late into the game. He has 7 consecutive starts of 6 or more innings. 8 1/3 last time out.
Yeah, and he's going well over 100 pitches without an issue, so that's not a big problem, except that he is creeping up there. He wants to get out there at least for 7, but that's going to be tough tonight.
In case you've just joined us, the Kansas City Royals switched hitting coaches today. Dale Swaim took over today, and anytime there's that kind of move on a team, it kind of sparks the players a bit. Just reminds them that people's jobs are at stake here.
Yeah, and it's just a different approach, different look. It's kind of an awkward feel because Pedro Grifal's still hanging around, and Dale Swaim steps in here, but got to be an awkward atmosphere, but whatever it takes to ruffle the feathers.
Now, this team has high expectations. They've got a lot of talent. They've got a fine pitching staff. They got a great bullpen and a lot of good young position players. They have not performed up to expectations. 3-1 to Aoki. Dickey tried to sneak that fastball by Ciriaco, and he hit it off the top of the fence in center. There's a fly ball down the left field line. That's going to be out of play into the seats. The Pitch Tracker is brought to you by Acer, official partner of the Toronto Blue Jays. It's always fun to watch that Pitch Tracker with R.A. Dickey pitching. It's tough to hit, it's tough to catch, and it's certainly tough to call for an umpire.
It is. Angel Hernandez got his hands full tonight. See R.A. Dickey paying a little attention to Siriaco there at second base.
Dickey's not really sure about this next pitch. Full count, nobody out. A run in. Escobar had a leadoff single. He scores on a double off the wall in center. Aoki bunts it up the third baseline. That's going to be a base hit. For Aoki, that's his 6th bunt base hit of the season. That ties him for the major league lead. Danny Espinosa of the Nationals and D. Gordon of the Dodgers both have 6 bunt hits.
Well, that with 2 strikes. He's just expecting R.A. Dickey has to give a pretty good pitch in the strike zone here. Certainly doesn't want to walk him, and he just lays down a peach down third base. There's no play.
And now you've got to deal with Omar Infante. Infante tonight is 0 for 2. Siriaco's at third. Aoki's at first, and Infante came into this game batting over 500 against Dickey. And there's a base hit. That's going to tie it up. Siriaco waited to make sure it was down safely. He scores, and it's tied once again. So the bottom of the order gets things going. Infante ties it up with an RBI single. Still nobody out. Eric Hosmer doubled to left field his last time up. Came around to score on the double by Alex Gordon.
R.A. Dickey's left a few knuckleballs up and flat in the zone, and those were the struggles he had earlier in the year. That time he tried to come back with a little bit more harder one against Hosmer.
This is hit deep to left field. Melky Cabrera on the run at the track. Makes the catch right up against the wall. Infante was all the way around second. He had stepped on the bag, and he was about 10 feet behind Aoki when Melky Cabrera caught the ball. The outfield defense has been spot on.
That was almost ditto from last night. You see the fans appreciating the efforts of Melky Cabrera. Again, going a long ways for this ball. Gets there, has time to kind of set up, come back a little bit. He catches that as he's crashing into the wall. With the aggressiveness of Infante, he knows if this ball goes off the wall, Infante wants to score from first base. Aoki's just kind of feeling it. He's not going to tag because he thought that ball was going to be off the wall at least.
Yeah, if it hits the wall, Aoki can score easily, and Infante was right behind him. That's the first out of the inning. A run in. There have been 4 hits this inning. There's a fly ball to right. Long run for Bautista. It's slicing away from him, and it'll bounce on the warning track foul. R.A. Dickey has pitched great here at home going back to last August. He has the most home wins in the majors. He's 9-1. Young Jose Fernandez, who just underwent Tommy John surgery, he had 8 wins going back to last August. Burley, he's 7-3 since last August. So Dickey finished up strong last season and pitched very well here at home early this year. There's a little looper. That's trouble. That bounces in front of Bautista. Coming around, it's Aoki. The throw is not in time. And the Royals have taken the lead. Billy Butler with his 6th hit against the Blue Jays this season.
Jose Bautista attacked this baseball, did everything he could, but just the speed of Aoki, he slides in safely. Billy Butler, nice piece of hitting, staying on that ball, and they're just getting some good looks from Ari Dickey right now.
5 runs on 8 hits against Dickey so far, and the Royals have retaken the lead. Alex Gordon had an RBI double back in the 4th. The starting pitching for the Jays has been very good during this win streak. Going into last night's game, the Blue Jays had won 8 in a row, and the starters won all 8 decisions.
Well, that means a couple of things. It means they're pitching well, but they're also pitching deep into ball games, and those are good signs when you're on a hot streak like that. Looks like John Gibbons has got that pen going now. Todd Redmond's up for R.A. Dickey here in the 5th inning.
It's a high fly ball to left. Melky Cabrera moving over. Infante goes back to tag, but he won't go anywhere. 2 down.
Celebrate and save during Home's 50th anniversary sale. Only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
R.A. Dickey has hit that 100 mark in pitches tonight. It really got off to a bad start. 28 pitches in the 1st inning. Sal Perez homered in the 2nd. Drove in the first Royal run tonight. And a good grip at that pitch. He's behind 0-2. Perez is the 8th man to bat against Dickey this inning.
It's another knuckleball up in the zone, and that ball's been up and flat, especially this inning. Besides the bunt base hit and the fastball double off the wall by Siriaco, a lot of elevated pitches again by R.A. Dickey.
Sidearm, and this ball is hit hard to left field. Melky Cabrera is there at the edge of the warning track. The inning is over, but Kansas City has scored 3 runs on 4 hits to take the lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. recipients of a special seat upgrade courtesy of TD. Having a good time tonight. Edwin Encarnacion with the parrot on his arm. And back over in the Jays Care Community Clubhouse, we welcome visitors from the Starlight Children's Foundation. Welcome to the ballpark, and we hope you're having a good night. Blue Jays got some work to do. They trail 5-4 as they batted in the bottom of the 5th inning. James Shields has given up a couple of home runs. 2-run shot to Jose Bautista, a 2-run home run to Edwin Encarnacion. Josh Tolley will try to get something going. Bottom of the 5th. The Royals got production from their 8 and 9 hitters to start that 3-run inning. Shields has used that curveball very effectively tonight.
He sure has, and it's a good one too. You can see the velocity's down on that. It's more around 79, 80 miles per hour, but a different look than the cutter or the changeup.
Comes back with another curveball. Hosmer will shovel to Shields. Tolley's retired. One down. Let's check in with Jamie Campbell. Jake Peavy has given up another home run. Jason Hayward hit his 5th early in the game. Mike Minor is on the mound for the Braves. He's allowed just 4 hits over 4 innings. Peavy and, of course, Buchholz, who's on the disabled list, they've been hit hard.
They have. I think we knew something was wrong with Clay Buchholz when we were there. He just is not the same Buchholz that we've seen. And after Lester and Lackey, that rotation there, you've got a lot of issues there in Boston.
Anthony Gose grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Gose has done a nice job getting on base. He's reached base in 12 of the 14 games in which he's gotten an at bat.
A lot of movement on that pitch, diving down and away.
Chop toward third. That's a fair ball. Anthony Gose with another infield hit. A one-out single here in the 5th.
And that's the value Anthony Gose brings. He knows, again, he has to utilize his biggest asset. That's his speed. Look at those legs. As soon as he hits that ball, if it stays fair, it's a base hit. And that's what Anthony has to do. Be more of a slashing type hitter. Put the ball on the ground, especially on this turf, and run for days with that speed. See if Anthony Gose might think of trying to steal a base right here. He'll have to get some good information from Tim Lieber. Quick move from Shields.
This is a tough combination to run against. James Shields has allowed just 1 stolen base in 2 attempts all year. And Sal Perez, one of the best throwers in the game.
He will shut down a running game.
If that ball doesn't bounce, they got a shot at Gose. Shields has always been very quick to first base. Popped up left side. Siriaco in foul ground. He's back in fair territory, and Reyes pops out. Melky Cabrera picked up a single. He was thrown out on a nice play by Omar Infante in the third. Infante barehanded a bouncing ball and threw Cabrera out to end the inning.
Melky showing bunt again. Telling that third baseman Ciriaco he's backing over there. Wanted to stay heads up.
Boy, you would think that Ciriaco would come in just to discourage Melky Cabrera.
And it makes you wonder, are you going to just let Melky bunt and say fine? But with this lineup, you can't do that. Not with Jose Bautista on deck.
Bautista's already homered tonight. Ned Yost going out to talk to Adrian Johnson, the first base umpire, and they're going to review that last play.
You know, I thought it was pretty close too, Buck. He's got a very quick move, Shields does. He gets it over there, and Anthony Ghost didn't really learn from those first couple moves, which were pretty close plays as well. And then Ned Yost must have gotten some information from upstairs that said, let's give that one a look.
Well, I tell you what, it looked as if he had the glove on the shoulder before Ghost got to the bag. James Shields had 13 pickoffs in 2011. He's always been among the leaders.
Very quick feet, and most importantly is the accurate throw. It's almost as though Hosmer caught that ball with his glove on Anthony's shoulder.
Yeah, I think that's going to be ruled in Kansas City's favor. You can see his hand hasn't made contact with the bag, and Hosmer's glove is right on his back.
Yeah, we could see some daylight right there between the hand of Anthony Ghost and the first base bag. And I think that's exactly what they saw upstairs from the Royals dugout.
Shields has 23 career pickoffs. Of course, Mark Burley is the active leader in pickoffs, and this is a good angle. You can see the glove is bent up against his body when the ball is in the pocket of that glove, and Anthony is not touching first yet. Larry Vanover's the crew chief. They have a decision, and Ghost is out. So Kansas City wins that replay, and we'll go to the sixth. Kansas City with a 5-4 lead, and here comes the Home Hardware cleanup crew, brought to you by Natura, Home Hardware's exclusive line of safe, environmentally friendly cleaning products. Sunday, June 8th, when the Blue Jays take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Game time is 1:07 p.m. The first 20,000 fans will receive a Jose Reyes bobblehead. Call the Jays at 416-341-1234. or log on to BlueJays.com to order your tickets for the Jose Reyes Bobblehead Day giveaway. Takes place on Sunday, June 8th. R.A. Dickey back out to start the 6th, and there's another line drive. This ball's going to split the outfielders and go all the way to the wall. Lorenzo Cain is headed for second, and he'll stop there with another extra base hit. That's the 9th hit the Royals have collected, and now it's Alomar who is starting to throw. Todd Redmond had been up earlier.
So another pitch elevated in the zone by R.A. Dickey, and he's just been fighting it all night. We saw it even in the first inning there, all the pitches he was throwing. Royals hitters being very patient.
So Dickey has been tagged for 4 extra base hits, a home run, 3 doubles. 9 hits overall. It's still a 1-run game, 5-4 Kansas City. Alcides Escobar had a single to right his last time up. Blue Jays are anticipating a bunt. Escobar squares around, and that ball's going to be a base hit. Francisco and Dickey got their wires crossed. Francisco went back to the bag. Dickey gave up on it, anticipating Francisco was going to make a play.
Well, it's just a perfect bunt by Escobar. It looked like Dickey getting off the mound as well as he did. It's a read play for Juan Francisco at third base. If it's going to third base, he has to come and field that ball and just get the out at first. If Dickey can get to that ball, the third baseman Francisco retreats to his bag. That's just one of those tweeners. It's right in between. It looked like Dickey was coming off the mound to get that ball. Perfectly right between them.
Tolley's trying to buy some time for Steve Alomar to get loose. Now he heads back to the plate. For Alcides Escobar, that's his 4th bunt base hit. The Okies had a bunt base hit here tonight. And here comes John Gibbons. So R.A. Dickey, who has been so great, his last 7 starts have all been solid starts tonight. Kansas City showed patience, made him work a lot early. Made him throw 28 pitches in the first inning. And he's going to be out of this game. They turn it over to the bullpen. Dickey leaves trailing 5-4. Francisco Giants almost came to Toronto as a National League team. What if? The untold story of how the Jays franchise came to fruition. Sunday, June 8th, immediately following the Blue Jays baseball game, right here on the Sportsnet. R.A. Dickey is out of the game after 5 innings plus 2 batters. Steve Alomar had a couple of days off to recharge his batteries, and he is in now. Still nobody out, runners at the corners.
Steve Delabar's fastball, slider, split finger. Done a nice job. 10 strikeouts in his last 8 1/3 innings. He threw an inning on Tuesday, giving up a couple of runs.
Number 9 hitter Pedro Siriaco hit an RBI double off the fence his last time up. Inside, a little different story now. You got to deal with some velocity. Cain's at third. Alcides Escobar is at first. Delabar has allowed just 2 of 15 base runners he inherited to score. Been pretty effective. If he gets out of this situation without allowing a run to score, it'll be an outstanding effort. First and third, nobody out. There goes Escobar. The hit and run was on. Desperate times call for desperate measures. The Royals haven't scored many runs, so even looking at the prospects of maybe hitting into a line drive double play, Ed Yost's going to roll the dice.
Yeah, it's a gamble, all right, but these Royals will try anything right now. When you're having trouble scoring runs, moving runners, but with their new hitting coach named today, they're responding immediately. Steve Delabar needs a strikeout right here to try to set up that double play to try to get out of this mess.
Ball on the strike. Now he's got the opportunity for the strikeout.
And that's the power arm coming out of the bullpen. A 94-mile-per-hour fastball by Delabar. You can see Siriaco late on that. Now he'll be going for the strikeout. With the righty, he may go with the slider. If not, he'll go with the split. And this is the pitch Delabar has to have right here to put this hitter away in this situation.
1-2. He's got him in a swing mode. He can throw him that splitter right now. Get him to chase. Escobar looks like he wants to run.
Yeah, you see the flinch over there. That was a good hold right there by Delabar. As a pitcher, you want to hold that ball different times. Vary your times that you hold the ball. Get that base runner a little uneasy over there. The longer you hold the baseball as a pitcher, you may see a flinch out of that base runner if he's thinking of going.
Not running. Inside, it's 2-2. Blue Jays scored first. Jose Bautista hit a 2-run home run in the first. Kansas City scored a single run in the second. A single run in the fourth to tie it. Edwin Encarnacion hit a 2-run home run, put the Jays up. But then Kansas City scored 3 in the top of the fifth. Kansas City has doubled up the Jays in hits 10-5. Three and 2. Nobody out. Leadoff man Norioki has been on base twice. He walked and had a bunt single.
That was a split finger from Delabar going for the strikeout like we talked about. Now you're probably going to see some movement from Escobar at first base. A base runner wants to time the pitcher as well. Timing is important in base running, and the longer you hold that ball, you upset that timing.
There goes the runner, the strikeout, and there'll be no throw to second. Siriaco strikes out. And Escobar picks up the stolen base.
See the split finger going down. Good strikeout pitch by Delabar, but for Josh Tolley, it's a very difficult pitch to handle on strike 3 and come up and make a throw. So he'll just concede the base.
One down now. The infield have to come in. Aoki is a threat to bunt. He bunted last time up with 2 strikes. Got a base hit. That ball goes right back to the backstop. The squeeze was on, and if it hit him, it did hit him. So now the runner will go back. Now Ned Yost is coming out of the dugout. It didn't look like it hit him. It looked like it went right between his legs. But Angel Hernandez, the home plate umpire, called it immediately. Watch the batter. The ball is down and in, and it skips in the dirt. I don't think it hit him. They're going to go to the review, and the ball bounced. Boy, if it touched him, it just caught his uniform.
Maybe his pant leg, but it didn't look like the pant leg moved at all either. When it in live speed, I did not think the ball hit him. It looked like Aoki was squeezing. Squared to bunt with the runner coming home.
You can see Angel Hernandez indicating go to first. That hits you, and then he's going to send the runner back to third. The ball was dead. So now it's under review.
Yeah, there's no question to Angel Hernandez right away. He was awarding him first base, sending the runner back to third base. But it did not look like it kind of got through the legs of Aoki. See the squeeze on there by the Royals. Again, trying to manufacture things.
It was a squeeze, and the timing was perfect because they didn't tip their hand too early. Alomar bounced the ball. Looked like a splitter. He bounced right between the legs of Aoki. So the call on the field is hit by pitch. The bases are loaded until they go to the review. Larry Vanover, the crew chief, and the umpire Angel Hernandez, who made the call, are listening to New York.
Yeah, those big nuts, you're lucky those big fucking bull nuts.
Obviously, it's a very close call. The umpires are listening to the umpires in New York. The technicians are looking at the video. It has to be definitive to overrule the call on the field.
I don't know if there's enough evidence to overrule this. The ruling on the field by Angel Hernandez was that it was a hit by pitch, but I'm not sure that there's enough to say that it did not get him.
So obviously every run is important for both ball clubs, and this is a scoring call here, because if Aoki did not get hit by the pitch, then the run would come in on the wild pitch. So the umpires have their decision now, and Larry Vanover, and the ruling on the field stands. So it was hit by a pitch. So the Blue Jays still have a chance to get out of this trailing by a run. So Aoki will go to first. Lorenzo Cain will go back to third. And that's the call Angel Hernandez made. So now Alomar still has a chance to get out of this inning. Alomar inherited a first and third nobody out situation. He struck out Siriaco. Now he hits Aoki. Omar Infante will bat with the bases loaded.
Some pitchers, when they see that runner taken off from third in a squeeze, they'll just try to drill the batter. I don't think Steve Alomar was doing that in that situation. He just spiked his fastball. He's just coming in, and his release point's just off right now. When you're spiking a ball in the ground and then trying to make an adjustment and leave it up and in like that, he's got to find it here. There's nowhere to put Omar Infante.
Infante 1 for 3 with an RBI. That's just foul outside of first. Rob Rasmussen, the young left-hander, starting to loosen up. During this 9-game win streak, the Blue Jays have trailed in only 2 of the 81 innings. So a little bit different situation for them tonight. A double play will get him out of this inning. Hosmer is on deck.
It's a big pitch right there. 1-1 fastball by Alomar for a ball. It puts Omar Infante in a very good hitter's count. 1-1 pitch is such a key pitch.
Changes the whole complexion of the at-bat. Rip to Reyes, and that's going to do it. That ends the inning. Alomar strands the 2 runners he inherits to keep it a 1-run game. Another double play, a hot shot hit by Infante. Reyes goes to his left, spears it, and then flips to second to end the inning. It's still a 1-run game. On Thursday, June 26th, and the Blue Jays take on the Chicago White Sox. It's a 7:07 start. The combo includes 1 ticket to the game, a hot dog, nachos, popcorn, and peanuts, an apple, and a soft drink. Tickets start at $39, so make sure you call the Blue Jays today at 416-341-1234 to order your tickets for a Blue Jays Grand Slam combo. You can always get your tickets by logging online at bluejays.com. Check it out. It's a great deal. You get a ticket and a whole bunch of good food to come out and watch the Blue Jays take on the White Sox on June 26th. Well, that was quite an inning for the Blue Jays. R.A. Dickey gave up a double and a single, and they were stranded. Alomar strands the 2 runners he inherits. He's now allowed just 2 of 17 inherited base runners to score. Melky Cabrera was at the plate when James Shields picked off Anthony Ghost to end the 5th.
Well, Steve Alomar dodged a bullet to get out of that jam, and that can't get the Blue Jays going. Had a big break right there.
Those are the types of things you need when you have long winning streaks. Good breaks. James Shields has allowed just 5 hits, 2 home runs, both 2-run homers, Bautista and Encarnacion. Took a shot at that outside corner.
Backdoor curveball right there. He threw it to the outside part of the plate, tried to start that off the plate away and bring it back and try to catch that outside corner, just missing.
Melky Cabrera set many career highs playing in Kansas City in 2011. He played into most games, had scored the most runs, 102, and had a career high 201 hits. Boy, got a good pitch to hit there.
He did. Shields missed his spot right there.
Cabrera also had a career high 44 doubles and 18 home runs. His best offensive season ever. Boy, he had a good pitch there. He stayed on that inside fastball and ripped it into center. He's 2 for 3 against Shields.
Just such a good piece of hitting. After the previous pitches, we saw the backdoor curveball soft away, and then he fouled one off. Shields coming inside that time. Melky Cabrera pulls the hands inside. Just a good swing path to that baseball.
Leadoff single for Cabrera. Bautista has homered and popped out.
So important for Blue Jays pitchers, especially their bullpen now, to keep the game close. They know that their lineup can come back from a lot, but you don't want to go down 3 or 4. That's why getting out of that lucky line drive double play is a big benefit to them.
Kansas City has a very good bullpen. You don't want to match up down by a run with their bullpen late in the game. Bautista takes a tough pitch. 2-1.
It's a great pitch by Shields, especially 2-0 to Bautista. If he can keep it out there, which he did in his first at bat tonight, but then he missed his spot on the next pitch.
This is popped up over near the Royals dugout. Perez, Hosmer, and Hosmer makes a barehanded grab. They collided. The ball popped out of Hosmer's glove, but he picked it up barehanded. It's reminiscent of Pete Rose and Bob Boone in the World Series in Kansas City in 1980.
Well, it looked like Perez's was an I got it, you take it. Hosmer coming in, they both thought they had a beat on it. Popped out of Hosmer's glove, I believe, and then he's able to recover. Pitcher's got to love those plays played behind him. Every out is key, and James Shields made a little mistake, I think, again to Jose Bautista. He just got under that ball and popped it up.
Adam Lynn, the cleanup hitter, has hit the ball hard twice tonight. 1 for 2. Shields used that good curveball again very effectively.
Threw that curveball first pitch earlier to Adam Lynn, but it was a good one on the outer half of the plate. That was down and in, biting hard. Adam Lynn may have been looking for it, but it was a lot sharper curveball than he threw earlier.
James Shields has the lowest road ERA since 2013, and Melky Cabrera gets picked off. We mentioned Shields, one of the best. And John Gibbons is going to come out and help plead Cabrera's case. Adrian Johnson, the first base umpire. Looked like he got him.
It was a ditto of our play earlier. Melky Cabrera didn't go to school, though, on Anthony Gose. Shields has a very quick move, very good feet. And again, it's the accuracy of his throw. You see Hosmer catching the ball almost as his glove is on the shoulder of Melky.
Yeah, it's not just the quickness, it's the location of that throw. He puts it right on the shoulder of the runner, and Hosmer just catches the ball, and it's an instant out. That hurts. Lynn comes through with a single, his second hit after Melky was picked out. Lynn is 2 for 3. Edwin Encarnacion homered in the 4th with a man aboard, his 17th of the season.
Well, this is the hottest hitter in baseball right here, and you cannot miss to him. And you can see that little cutter staying on the inner half to Edwin, and he absolutely jumped all over it.
His 15th home run in May. It's going to be interesting to see how Shields attacks Encarnacion in this at bat.
And while he's attacking Edwin, I hope Tim Leeper has a leash on Adam Lind at first base.
Yeah, don't get picked off.
He's got a good move in case you haven't been watching.
Oh no, he's done it again. Way back.
This guy's unbelievable.
That lucky fan with a souvenir. His 16th home run in the month of May, and it's another no-doubter.
Edwin does not hit cheapies.
The Blue Jays record for RBIs in a single month. Carlos Delgado had 34 in 2003. Edwin has 33 this month. And 2 more games after this one in the month of May. A pair of 2-run home runs for Edwin Encarnacion. Bautista has one of his own. Shields giving Francisco a steady diet of breaking balls.
And he better not try to sneak something by him and miss with his location here.
Tough pitch. Francisco called out on a tough breaking ball. But the Blue Jays have regained the lead. Edwin Encarnacion, another multi-home run game. Double lead. A curtain call. 6-5 Jays. MLB All-Star Game is Tuesday, July 15th at Target Field in Minnesota. Help make Jose Bautista, Jose Reyes, Melky Cabrera, Brett Lawrie, and Edwin Encarnacion starters for the American League. Fans are allowed to vote a maximum of 35 times per email address. Vote early, vote often. Vote at BlueJays.com. Edwin Encarnacion is not in the top 5 in voting, and that's a crime. So log online, put in your votes for all these All-Stars, and send them to Minnesota. They are having terrific first halves, and they should be rewarded with a berth in the All-Star game. Rob Rasmussen makes his 4th appearance as the Blue Jays now have a 6-5 lead.
Rob Rasmussen was called up May 20th against the Boston Red Sox, making his debut, retiring David Ortiz.
Eric Hosmer takes a first pitch strike. Rasmussen's got a little better fastball than you might expect.
He does. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, but really good. He'll get it up to 93, 94 miles per hour. It can be sneaky quick.
Breaking ball inside. As Joe mentioned, Rasmussen made his major league debut in Boston against the Red Sox. Hosmer with a big wild swing chases that high fastball.
Came in last night to get Matt Joyce, got ahead with 2 strikes and left the ball out over the plate. Joyce just flipped it into the down the left field line for a double.
Strikes out, Hosmer 1 down.
Canon's Best in Glass sales event. Performance cameras and lenses at the season's best prices. Visit canon.ca/bestinglass.
Blue Jays are on a roll, trying to stretch their win streak to 10 games. They have a 6-5 lead. Billy Butler, 1 for 3.
95 and on the outside corner at the knees. Great first pitch by Rasmussen.
John Gibbons did a pretty good job of introducing Rasmussen to the big leagues, giving him one shot at David Ortiz and saying, well, here you go, we'll start at the top.
And he knew it the whole time. I spoke with Robbie that day, and he knew if he's getting in the ball game, it's to get one out, and it's going to be David Ortiz.
Rasmussen has been a starter in the minor league, so he has that wide assortment of pitches. He's 25 years old. The ball hit to right field. Bautista on the run. That ball is off the wall. Bautista plays it perfectly. They've got Billy Butler hung up. Reyes bottled the ball. Reyes, in his haste to get the ball back to first, dropped the ball. He saw Butler was well off first base. He turned and tried to fire and couldn't find the handle. Boy, Bautista played that perfectly.
Jose did a good job. He thought he had a beat on it early, but once he didn't, he realized he knows this field like anything and played it right off the fence, made a perfect throw to Jose. He's trying to transfer that ball. He knows he has Butler if he comes up with it, just can't find a handle.
Again, the defense making a good play to keep the double play in order. 1 out. Alex Gordon, the left fielder.
Good first pitch curveball by Rasmussen. Good way to get ahead of the left-handed hitting Gordon.
Bounced in the dirt. Nice play by Tolley. Boy, Blue Jays got a huge double play to end the 6th inning. Omar Infante hit a line drive to Reyes' glove side. They got the double play to end the inning.
There's not much you can do with that at 90 miles per hour. You don't have time to get down to your knees. Josh Tolley just wants to play goalie right there and try to short hop it. Nice job picking that ball out of the dirt.
Ball on the strike. Look out. That one was behind his head. Time for Tolle to go out and calm down the youngster a bit.
Yeah, that was another curveball. You can just see it not come out of his hand properly. Nice job by Tolle, having a little chat with him, just saying, hey, let's reboot, regather, let's go make a good pitch right here.
Rasmussen in his 5th year as a pro. He was drafted by the Florida Marlins out of UCLA. Foul back. Rasmussen traveled around quite a bit for a youngster. He was traded from Florida to Houston, part of the Carlos Lee deal, and then traded to the Dodgers in 2012. He went from the Dodgers to the Phillies for Michael Young in August of 2013, and then the Blue Jays got him in a trade with the Phillies. Eric Kratz and Rasmussen came for Brad Lincoln. Back to the mound, and Rasmussen had a shot at Billy Butler, but being left-handed, it would have been a little tricky to turn around and fire to second.
He probably made a wise choice there coming off the mound and had all his momentum going that way. Butler had a good jump from first base, very smart to get the out. The ball's taking you in that direction. It's hard for a left-hander. He'd have to put on the brakes. Could he have? Yes, he could have, but we've seen pitchers do that too before, put on the brakes and then throw wildly. He took the sure out. And in this situation, it's not a bad thing. 2 outs, the runner is in scoring position, but you take your shot here with Perez.
The catcher, Salvador Perez, 1 for 3, hit that home run back in the second off Dickey. Blue Jays have a 6-5 lead. Blue Jays have a different playbook for every night. Tonight they've scored 6 runs on 3 2-run homers. Last night they won in the 9th on a bunt and an error.
They have been doing it many different ways. We know the long ball is a big part of their package, but to see them do it playing a little small ball last night was pretty exciting as well.
Perez reaches for that fastball and fouls it up. James Shields has had rough outings here at Rogers Center in the past. He had a 6-home-run game here a couple years ago. The major league debut of J.P. Arancibia. He got roughed up to the tune of 6 home runs.
Rasmussen just hasn't found that release point with that curveball yet. You can see if you just don't quite finish that pitch, you're going to leave it arm side for Rasmussen. That's away from the right-handed batter. That pitch is supposed to come breaking down on the plate a little bit more.
So Josh Tolle going out to give some more instruction to Rasmussen. You got a young pitcher like that, you go out there and you say, look at me now. Listen to what I'm going to tell you.
You're going to do what I'm telling you right here. You're going to throw this fastball and you're going to get it inside. Or if you throw that breaking ball, you're going to bounce it.
1 and 2, 2 outs. There's a good breaking ball. He was nice and patient with that one. Snapped off a good one.
Very good. And Josh Tolle could be just going out there saying, hey, we're going to go breaking ball right here, but you've been missing with it. You got to really get it out front, get that release point out front, and really pull it down. Sometimes it's just one little key point that'll help the pitcher in that situation.
Coming inside. Way inside. That hit him. Well, you can see where Tolle was. He wanted to really emphasize he wanted the ball inside. He was sitting right behind Perez. And Rasmussen hit him with the pitch.
Well, Josh Tolle got way inside here. He did not want to make a mistake to Perez because he's the type of hitter, if you make a mistake and leave it on the plate, you'd be in trouble. Now, Tolle did that to the other side of the plate as well. Some pitchers really want you accentuating way off the plate, whether it's in or away, just to help them get the ball to that location.
So Pete Walker is going to take a slow walk out to the mound. Bullpen will start to loosen up. Aaron Luke, the left-hander, grabs a baseball. Luke pitched the 9th inning in last night's game. Picked up the win as the Blue Jays scored in the bottom of the 9th. Two outs. Lorenzo Cain had a leadoff double in the 6th. He was stranded at third base by Steve Delabar. Delabar did a terrific job to leave a pair. That kept it a 1-run deficit. The 2-run home run by Encarnacion gave the Jays the lead. Well, that's a good breaking ball. If he's patient with it and doesn't try to make it too good.
And don't try to rush it. That's what pitchers try to do. They try to throw the real good one, and in doing that, they really jump out with that front side, pull that front shoulder, and then the arm trails a little bit. You don't get that release point out front.
Didn't mean to. Well, we talk about some great outfield arms. Alex Gordon from 2011 to 2013, he leads the pack. Jeff Francoeur, who also played in Kansas City, 38. Torrey Hunter, the veteran with the Tigers. Adam Jones, the center fielder of the Orioles. And then Jose Bautista, 32 assists from 2011 to 2013. Bautista has 3 so far this season. Melky Cabrera in left has 5.
You can see it's not always just having a great arm. It's getting your body in position to make that throw. We've seen Jose do it already this year. Rasmussen just a little inconsistent still with that breaking ball. You can see Josh Thole wanting that ball down, patting his glove on the ground, wanted that ball down in the dirt.
This is the most intense situation Rasmussen has been in his young career.
He just can't seem to find that. He has thrown a couple of good ones, but you can see the inconsistency at that release point of Rasmussen. And you know, John Gibbons is thinking right here, you can't be facing him with the bases loaded.
Alcides Escobar is on deck. Walker checking on the status. It seems as though Loop is ready. Top of the 7th. Escobar is 2 for 3.
I'd like to see him trust that 94-95 on the inside part of the plate.
Gets away from Thole. They'll go back to the screen. The runners move up. Wild pitch. He tried to throw that fastball, then threw it right into the dirt.
Well, they went with the fastball. They're going fastball away there, and he just pulled it. That time Thole couldn't pick it up. Brett Lawrie just going to have a quick chat, and everybody's just trying to bring it down a notch for Rasmussen, just trying to slow the game down. And as you said, Buck, this is a big situation. He hasn't been in this. He may have faced David Ortiz in Boston, but it wasn't with anybody on base or in a key situation late in the game.
Boy, threw a good breaking ball there, and Cain fouled it off. Billy Butler singled off the wall in right. Salvador Perez was hit by a pitch. He's at second. They moved up on the wild pitch. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop, is on deck. Rob Rasmussen trying to close out the top half of the 7th. Did he go? He wants the appeal at first, and Tolley's going to throw the ball to first. Adrian Johnson finally says no swing, and Thole was asking for the appeal down at first, and then he really got in the jam. He had to make sure he threw the ball to first before Kane got there. And now the bases are loaded.
Well, it's tricky with a runner on third base. You're waiting for the call, and you don't want to throw it down there and have somebody sneak home on you.
Well, that's close. Looked like Kane checked his swing. And John Gibbons is expressing his thoughts about it.
Josh Tolley asked for help. He asked Angel Hernandez to appeal down there, but the appeal wasn't made, so Josh Tolley wasn't sure whether to throw the ball down there or not. You don't want to make a throw if you don't have to with a runner on third base.
So the bases are loaded. Rob Rasmussen out of the ball game. Aaron Loup into the game. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The Jays are leading 6-5. Alcides Escobar will bat when we come back. He struck out the first batter he faced, Eric Hosmer. Billy Butler hit a line drive single. Gordon grounded out. And then Rasmussen had trouble with his control. Wild pitch, hit a batter, and walked a batter. Now it's Aaron Loup with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Alcides Escobar. Loup delivers a first pitch strike.
Aaron Loup's fastball, slider, changeup. He's been on a bit of a roll, riding an 11 scoreless inning streak. He has allowed a run in only one of his last 14 appearances.
Threw 18 pitches in last night's game, and he picked up the win. That changeup has been money.
It's a good pitch right there. 0-2 now. Josh Tolley can do any number of things. He can come in with the fastball and go away. He may elevate one right here.
Job by Loup. 3 pitches and he strikes out Escobar. He leaves the bases loaded. Aaron Loup is on a roll. Great changeup. Escobar fooled badly. Blue Jays hold on to their lead. What a ball game. Steve Alomar inherited a first and third nobody out situation. He would eventually load the bases and then got a line drive to leave 2 aboard. Kept the Royals off the scoreboard, and Aaron Loup with a strikeout with the bases loaded to end the 7th. Brett Laurie hits it a mile high over toward the Royals dugout. Sal Perez makes the catch. 1 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership. Catcher Josh Tolle has grounded out twice tonight. Fouled that one right off his foot. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Blue Jays trying to extend their win streak to 10 straight. That would be the longest win streak in the majors this season. They're currently tied with Milwaukee, who had a 9-game win streak early in April. No one has had a 10-gamer. The Tigers had an 8-game win streak April 29th through May 7th. The Brewers' win streak of 9 games started April 4th, ended on the 13th of April. And the Blue Jays 9-gamer started May 20th. It's a full count to Josh Tolle.
Good at bat by Tolle. James Shields trying everything here. Worked himself into a full count. That's that cutter on the outside corner. He's backdooring it. Tries to start it off the plate away and bring it back. Good location on the pitch. A good piece of hitting right there by Tolle just to get a piece of it.
Now went the 4-seam fastball right on the inside corner. 2 down.
Celebrate the scene during Home's 50th anniversary sale. Only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Beautiful ball game here tonight. 6-5 game. Blue Jays have the lead. Anthony Ghost shows bunt, takes it low. James Shields breaking toward the third base foul line. You can bet Anthony Ghost made a note of that.
Take one with him to first base right here if he's going to.
Up the middle. Escobar behind second. The inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. The Jays go quietly in their half of the 7th. We'll go to the 8th. Aaron Loup to start the inning. 2014 Honda CR-V. Honda, proud to be the official vehicle of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Edwin Encarnacion is some kind of hot. You see that fastball right there by Shields. It's on the inner half, and he just got the head to it. Absolute no-doubter. What a month.
2 home runs tonight for Encarnacion, 2 two-run homers. It's the 5th time this month that Edwin has hit multi-home run games. That's bunted right back to the mound. Luke takes his time. Siriaco is retired. But Encarnacion is one of 3 players in the history of the game to have 5 multi-home runs in a month. Harmon Killebrew in May of 1959, on way to a 42 home run season, had 5 multi-home run games. And then Albert Bell in 95 had 5 multi-home runs. In September, multi-home run games. Aoki lines it to left. Cabrera is right there. In 95, Albert Bell hit 50 home runs. But Edwin Encarnacion is in elite company for sure. He now has 18 home runs. That's 1 off the lead in the American League.
It's hard to believe that he's still getting pitches to hit, because we saw what was happening with Jose Bautista in April when Edwin was hitting behind him and struggling. They were clearly not giving Jose much to hit. Edwin Encarnacion, for some reason, continues to get pitches. They keep thinking they're going to make a pitch on him. But again, that's what a feared hitter does. Pitcher makes those mistakes, and he has not missed many of them.
Squaring them all up. Nelson Cruz of the Orioles has 19 home runs. Now Encarnacion 1 behind him with 18. Encarnacion with 4 RBIs tonight has tied Cruz with 48 for the American League lead. What a month.
What a year.
Off the end of the bat, Reyes quickly at short, fires in time. 3 up, 3 down. Luke has a good inning in the 8th. Blue Jays lead at 6-5. Now it's time for Blue Jays Central Update. Here's Jamie Campbell and Greg Zahn. Man, try new pulled pork.
Here's Melky Cabrera going at it again tonight. Good route on this ball. He got to the wall. He almost overran it a little bit. He's able to come back and jump up right against the wall. Good adjustment here right at the end as an outfielder.
The defense has been terrific again tonight. Melky Cabrera has had an outstanding start to his season. He's healthy and he's playing great in left field.
Well, it's nice to play when you're healthy, nice to play when you're 100%. And now the arms come out for the Kansas City Royals. We talked about their bullpen. Wade Davis be at 95 miles per hour with his fastball, curveball and a cutter, 40 strikeouts. Just unbelievable. This guy is going to be tough to beat. But power arms down in this Royals bullpen. We told him tops in the league.
The good news is the Blue Jays have a 6-5 lead. Top of the order. Jose Reyes has gone 0 for 3 tonight. Blue Jays have been out hit 11-8. All of their runs scoring on home runs. 3 2-run home runs. Jose Bautista with the first. Encarnacion with a pair. Wade Davis came to Kansas City along with James Shields as that big combination of pitchers for Will Myers, Jake Odorizzi, Mike Montgomery. A good trade for both ball clubs. Reyes checked on that hard breaking ball.
That's that curveball right there. You mix that with 95-mile-per-hour fastball. That's a pretty nice 1-2 punch. Opponent's hitting 130 off him. He's only given up 10 hits. That's a very sharp curveball that he's got right there, 12-6. You see how fast that went down. Reyes just got a piece of that.
Wade Davis was originally a starter. He flourished in 2012 when he moved to the bullpen, and then he came to Kansas City in 13. 2012, he led All-American relievers with 11.1 strikeouts per 9 innings. Reyes has yet to reach base tonight. He's reached in 24 of his last 25 games. Fights this one off. Wade Davis working with Sal Perez. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Reyes knew it. Perfect fastball on the corner. Big night for Edwin Encarnacion. A pair of 2-run home runs. He now has 16 home runs in the month, and he has a new franchise record for RBIs in May, passing George Bell. Came into this ball game with 29, and he's had a 4-ribby night.
Well, he's just red hot. We said he is not missing many pitchers' mistakes. He's laying off bad pitches and hammering the mistakes.
Melky Cabrera bounces out. Prior to the game tonight, PlayStation provided us with a prediction of who they thought Blue Jays player of the game would be. The video game version predicted Adam Lynn would go 3 for 4 with a home run and a couple of RBIs. Well, Lynn hasn't had the home runs. He's gone 2 for 3. Had another good night at the plate. He scored a pair of runs. But it's the big man, Edwin Encarnacion. The simulation is powered by MLB 14 The Show, available in stores now and only on PlayStation.
And he didn't have to run hard when he scored his runs either, did he?
Not at all. He could stand and admire. 2 long shots by Edwin Encarnacion. Bautista got it started. He hit his 13th home run in the first off of James Shields. His 5th career home run off the Royals right-hander.
That's just a tough pitch to get to at 97 miles per hour at the top of the strike zone. You see Jose had a good healthy hack at it. But it's going to be very difficult to get to that pitch.
3 more home runs tonight. The Blue Jays have hit 47 home runs in May. As a fly ball into the seats. The Blue Jays have hit more home runs than in May than 12 teams have hit for the entire season. That's crazy.
It is crazy, and it's obviously a big part of their success here. But now you start adding the other parts of the game, the other aspects of their game. They're mixing in some stolen bases. We've seen what Jose Reyes has brought in the top of the lineup. The small game.
Bautista goes the other way, and look where Kane is. And Bautista can't believe it. The defense are starting to play him straight up. So we'll go to the 9th. Casey Janssen coming in with the save on the line. He's 8 for 8 so far this season. 6-5 Jays. On 4 channels, Ken Reed and Ivanka Hosmak will break down the evening's highlights. And on Sportsnet 1, it's more baseball. The Pirates are in L.A. to take on the Dodgers. The Dodgers have won 9 straight games against Pittsburgh at Dodger Stadium. Garrett Cole goes up against Dan Herron. That's coming up right after this game. Casey Janssen, 8 for 8 in saves so far this season.
He's the guy you want on the mound. Fastball, cutter, curveball, changeup, slider. He throws them to both sides of the plate. Pinpoint control.
Jumps ahead of Eric Hosmer with a fastball strike.
That's how Casey does it. He's to move out there, but he will throw all those pitches to both sides of the plate, and he'll really count on that precision control, just like we saw to that first pitch right there.
With the lead in 9th inning, Steve Tallison has come off the bench to play second. With that, Laurie goes from second to third. Kevin Pillar also takes over in left defensively. 0-2 to Hosmer.
John Gibbons can almost push a button now. That just seems to be the way it goes with the lead late in the game. Defensive changes.
Ground ball, big hop for Reyes. 1 down. Now for a preview of what's coming up next on Connected. Here's Ken Reed and Ivanka Hosmak. Thank you, Ivanka. Big game in the NHL playoffs. Lots of baseball news, and Billy Butler jumps on the first pitch. Bautista's going to throw him out at first. He got him.
This one, you think you've seen it all out of this team. Jose Bautista is planning this all the way. And I'll guarantee you he's discussed this with Edwin, especially with a runner like Billy Butler. This team has done it all throughout this stretch, and when they're going good, they're going good. Does that help a pitcher out at all?
Wow.
Instead of having a runner on first and 1 out in a 1-run ball game, how about nobody on 2 outs?
And he delivers another strike. You talk about electricity. This place is rocking. Strike 2.
And that's the curveball by Jansen. He does it all. He throws that cutter to both sides. That's the slow curve. Usually that's a setup pitch. I doubt he'll double up with it.
Bounced it in the dirt. Casey Jansen started on the disabled list. This is his 10th appearance in May. He's looking for his 9th save. Obviously staying away from Gordon, who's got power.
Well, you want him to use the big part of the ballpark right here. You don't want to come inside and make a mistake to his pull side.
Tough to take that pitch. Full count, 2 outs. Sal Perez on deck. Broken bat. That's going to drop for a base hit. Gordon keeps it going. Jansen broke his bat, but Gordon's aboard. So now there's a pinch runner at first base. Gerard Dyson. He can really run. Dyson, pinch running at first, has 9 steals in 12 attempts. Salvador Perez, the catcher, is 1 for 3. Hit a solo home run in the 2nd. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th. Dyson with a big lead.
They have to do a job holding him on right here. Just a token throw over. It just lets Dyson know that he is thinking about him. He could prevent him from getting too good of a jump.
There he goes. Taken for a strike. Throw to second. Not in time. The tying run is now in scoring position. For Dyson. That's his 10th stolen base. Looks like he got a face full of dirt. Two outs. Ball and a strike on Sal Perez. Long foul ball. Tolley out to talk to Jansen.
That's not where Josh Tolley wanted that pitch. Wanted to get it out there, and he left it backed up on the inside part of the plate. Again, you don't want to miss to the pull side here. Perez has already hit a home run tonight earlier.
Pinch runner Gerard Dyson at second base. On the ground, Reyes hits short. Bounced, and Dyson's going to come in to score. Reyes was deliberate. The ball was in the dirt. Encarnacion couldn't handle it. And Kansas City has tied it up.
I think everybody's a little bit shocked right now as a routine ground ball to Jose. He even clutched it, took his time, and just short-armed it into the dirt. Just gave it a flick. Edwin not able to come up with it. And right away, Casey knows, watch that runner coming around third, but with the speed of Dyson, he scores easily.
The fifth error charged to Reyes. 2 outs. Lorenzo Cain has got 1 for 3 tonight.
Well, that's a crushing blow for the Toronto Blue Jays, and they have not had many crushing blows lately, so they're going to have to overcome something right here. This will be a good test for this club right here.
Big swing by Cain, and Jansen has evened the count and a ball and a strike. Well, that's a good point. Everything has been upbeat, including the fact they haven't trailed often during this win streak. That's only the 3rd error they've committed in the last 10 games.
That's a tough pill to swallow for Jose Reyes. He came up, and like I said, he took his time, no problem. He kind of gave it that little slingshot in the 3/4 arm angle. When you do that, sometimes that ball can dive down almost like a 2-seam fastball from a pitcher, and that's exactly what it did into the dirt to Edwin.
1 and 2, 2 outs. Strike 3 call. Casey Jansen strikes out Cain to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Lind, Encarnacion, and Francisco in the 6-6 tie. Had a dramatic win in the 9th inning. Anthony goes with a bunt. It was thrown away at first, and Kevin Pillar came around to score the winning run.
Well, Anthony goes, dropped down a perfect bunt, put pressure on the defense. See the pitcher throwing that ball away with the speed of Kevin Pillar, scoring all the way from first base. There's Jose Reyes coming off after that inning. There's a bunch of teammates, coaches, everybody's going to pick him up right here, and that's a good sign. It's a tough pill to swallow, like I said, for Jose, but There's a team that's there to pick him up, and that's what this team's going to find out right now. This is going to be a good test for the Blue Jay club here. They have not had this type of adversity in a long time.
And there's Casey Janssen for a pat on the back of Reyes. That's how a team handles that situation. Reyes is going to win you more games than he's going to lose you, and you got to make sure you pick him up now. It's a 6-6 game, bottom of the ninth.
Well, this team's been doing that throughout the entire winning streak. It's been different people a lot of nights, and they've been doing it different ways.
Adam Lynn takes the first pitch curveball from Wade Davis. Davis set down the side in order in the 8th. Gerard Dyson is in left field. Pinch ran for Alex Gordon. Bouncing ball. Hosmer scoops, and he'll go to the bag himself. One down. Edwin Encarnacion, can he do anything more than he's done already?
Can he possibly cause any more drama here? Look at that pitch on the inside half of the plate. Everybody in the ballpark knew that was gone, including Edwin. And then again in the 6th inning, a little bit more of that. Very similar pitch. Middle in, and he does not get cheated. If he does it again, I don't know what we're going to do. This place might erupt.
They'll blow the roof off. Pitch off the plate at 97. Lost the grip on that bat for a second time.
It's that little cutter by Davis too, and see the location. Very good spot off that outside corner.
Last time the Blue Jays have had a 3-homer game, Jose Bautista against the Twins in Minnesota. May 15, 2011.
Tough pitch to lay off of right there. That good curveball from Davis.
One and two, one out. Bounced up the middle. Escobar behind second. 2 down. Encarnacion is retired. Steve Tollison, who entered the game in the 8th as a defensive replacement, will face Wade Davis.
Well, sometimes things don't work out as planned, and John Gibbons went with his defense, inserting Tollison for Francisco. Obviously would rather have Francisco's bat in this situation, but you know what? With what Steve Tollison's been doing lately, just a fine replacement right here.
Goes after that first pitch. He's late on the fastball.
When Steve Tollison first came up, he was going to be used as that utility backup type infielder, maybe get a start here once in a while, but then this little platoon system started happening, and good things were happening with this club.
Wade Davis has the A game working.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. When he drops that curveball, that one was at 85 miles per hour, but then that fastball gets up there 96, 97. And then he mixes in the cutter. Very good location to Edwin.
3 up, 3 down. Davis has retired all 6 batters he's faced. We will go to extra innings. Todd Redmond coming out of the bullpen to work to Escobar, Siriaco, and Aoki when we come back. Redmond will pitch for the first time since Monday. He had a good inning of work on Monday against Tampa Bay. He pitched the 8th inning, gave up 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 1. So he's on here to work the top of the 10th, 6-6 ball game.
Fastball, slider, changeup from Redmond. This is a good spot for him. He's the type of guy that could give you some length out of that bullpen if this thing does go on for a few innings. John Gibbons has got that. He's been very valuable to Gibby. Just being able to be so versatile. He's pitched in a lot of the games where he's needed to eat up innings out of the bullpen.
Shortstop Alcides Escobar. And a good grip at that ball. He is 2 for 4 tonight. Scored a run in the 5th. Had a pair of singles. Escobar had a bunt single in the 6th. He has another base hit, lines it into center. 1 hop to Anthony Gose. Leadoff man's aboard in the 10th.
Good. Redmond got underneath that slider a little bit. When you get on the side of the baseball on a slider, you'll see that rotation. It just kind of goes sideways on the same plane. Got to get your fingers on top of that baseball. He wants to get some downward rotation to that slider. Let that hanging out over the plate.
They tried to hit and run with this combination earlier in the game. Siriaco the batter. Escobar at first. They're bunting this time, and he bunts it foul out of play. The Blue Jays have their best defensive alignment on the infield with Tollison at second and Laurie at third. And Laurie was crashing hard at home. Tollison breaking toward first base. Once Encarnacion releases, he'll come down from first as well.
The regular rotation for this bunt defense right now. Redmond will come straight in. Tollison has to play and over to first enough that he can get there fielding a bunt so he can get to the bag at first base.
Look out. Up and in, and I think that might have hit him. Hit him in the helmet. Siriaco on the ground, and Angel Hernandez just encouraging him to stay flat. Tried to get out of the way, hit him right in the crown of that helmet. The ball up and in. Trainer making sure that he's okay, and we saw this situation last night with Jose Molina, the catcher for the Rays, when he got hit with a foul tip.
Yeah, that foul tip got right in the mask, right in the jaw area, and it really jars you as a catcher. You're going to get, you saw him, and he was dazed a little bit. Plate umpire Brian O'Nora actually called the Tampa staff out to have a look at him. Siriaco is going to get up, but that was a fastball from Redmond right up and in, and it ran and just hit above the KC on his helmet.
They just now ask whether or not there was a possibility of a bunt foul on that. Rusty Kuntz, first base coach. Now John Gibbons is coming out to talk to Angel Hernandez. And they're asking about the possibility of, did he bunt at that? Did he offer at that pitch? So it's first and second. Nobody out. We're in the 10th. And now another possibility of a bunt. A terrific bunter in Aoki at the plate.
And this is where the infield has to know what they're doing in terms of their bunt defense. And again, you'll see Brett Laurie at third base reading that. If the ball's bunted towards him, he'll come and get it and get the out at first base. Tollison will be rotating over. Edwin will be coming in from first base. If the ball's not bunted to Laurie, if it's bunted towards the pitcher or to Edwin at first base, he'll retreat to his bag and they'll try to get the lead runner if possible.
Aoki had a bunt single in the 5th. He has 6 bunt base hits. This is obviously a sacrifice bunt situation. He squares and bunts it on the ground, and Laurie has to come after it. He'll go to first for the out. Boy, Laurie has great instincts at third. He was hoping that Redmond can get over there, and then he'd go back to third. But once that ball got past the pitcher, he made the play.
And that's a read play for the third baseman, and Brett Laurie read it perfectly, as you said, at the first.
was coming in for the bunt. He was going to retreat thinking Redmond had it, realized Redmond wasn't getting to it. He comes back for the ball and comes up and makes the play. That's just a great athlete. We see Brett Lawrie do things like this all the time that just very athletic players can make.
So now Omar Infante will bat. The infield is drawn in, obviously. It's a tie game. We're in extra innings. He has got that helmet on. Remember earlier he had to duck away from an inside pitch from R.A. Dickey. They want the appeal down to first. Adrian Johnson said he went around. Infante did not have this protective helmet on earlier in the game, but after taking one up and in, he figured he better go back. He was hit earlier in the season in the face.
He took one in the face earlier in the season. You get a ball up and in, that's enough to strike a little fear back in you.
Another good slider. Redmond ahead 0-2.
And if I'm Josh Tolley here, I'm staying away from Omar Infante with a similar pitch right there. If he's put that helmet on, that tells me already he's guarding against the ball in. Stay away right here. See that slider right there is a very weak defensive swing because he's being conscious inside.
Great point. Going away again. Another slider.
Good idea, and that's a good spot right there by Redmond. 0-2. That's where you want to be. You need a strikeout right here.
Kansas City has played 6 extra inning games, and they've all come on the road. They are 3-3 in extra innings. This is the 3rd extra inning game for the Blue Jays, first at home. They are 1-1 in extra innings. A ball and 2 strikes. Redmond dropped down and buried it in the dirt. Now 2-2. Left-handed batter on deck is Eric Hosmer. Kansas City tied it up on the air in the top of the 9th. Jose Reyes threw a ball low to first base, and Encarnacion couldn't dig it out. The pinch runner Dyson scored from second. Over the glove of Lawrie. 1 run is in. Coming right in behind him is Siriaco, and Escobar and Siriaco score. Infante delivers his 3rd RBI of the night.
Todd Redmond missed his spot by a bunch here. See where the catcher Josh Tolley's glove was set up, and that ball backs up on him on the inner part of the plate. Not even close with that pitch, and that's what happens with an off-speed pitch. Slider comes out the side of your hand when they just don't finish. He had thrown a couple of good sliders down and away. Sometimes you try to throw an even better one and you hump up a little bit and it backs up on you.
8-6 Royals. Big cut by Hosmer. First baseman Eric Hosmer has gone 1 for 5 tonight. He had a double in the 4th inning, scored a run. Greg Holland, the closer for the Royals, says he's ready. He'll just stand by and watch the rest of this inning. This is popped up behind home plate. Tolley, the catcher, makes the catch, and Hosmer is retired. 2 down. Billy Butler has had a good night at the plate. He has a couple of singles. He struck out twice. He's also thrown out on what looked like his 3rd hit of the night. Bautista threw a strike to first base to throw him out 9-3. What appeared to be a solid single to right. That came in the 9th inning. Bautista, a heads-up play. Two and 0. 2 runs in this inning for Kansas City. Escobar had a base hit to start the inning. Siriaco was hit by a pitch while attempting to bunt. Butler hits it to short. Reyes goes to second. The inning is over. Kansas City has taken the lead into 10th. It's 8-6. Blue Jays against Greg Holland, who is tied for the league lead in saves, will send Brett Lawrie to the plate. Then Josh Tolley, Anthony Ghost, the scheduled hitters. The Jays are down by 2. Ontario Western Pacific. It's connected with Kevin Reed and Ivanka Osback on Sportsnet 1. Will be more baseball. Pirates are in L.A. to take on the Dodgers. Garrett Cole and Dan Haren, the pitching matchup. Greg Holland has 14 saves. He's tied with Glenn Perkins for the American League lead. And last season, set a franchise record with 47 saves for the Kansas City Royals. Jeff Montgomery and the late Dan Quisenberry had 46, the previous mark. And Greg Holland is the all-time franchise leader in saves in a single season.
It's a pretty good company right there. Greg Holland coming in, 96-mile-per-hour fastball, the slider. 1.83 ERA. He's been very good. Another one of those power arms out of this Royals bullpen.
Brett Lawrie takes the first pitch strike. 22nd appearance for Holland. He's 14 of 15 in save opportunities, and he's stingy. He didn't give up many hits. 12.81 strikeouts per 9 innings. Lawrie shoots it to right. Aoki was shaded over there and makes the catch. Lawrie went with the pitch and hit it hard.
That's a good piece of hitting by Brett Lawrie. That's a fastball out over the plate. He didn't try to do too much with it. Aoki got a good jump, playing him that way anyway.
Gianna Navarro will come off the bench and hit for Josh Tolley. Navarro had a big hit in last night's game, leading off the 9th with a single. Navarro batting .270. He has 21 RBIs right now. He just needs a base hit. Got to get him on base. Ball and a strike.
See that finger still sticking out of his batting glove again tonight. That's from that backswing he got from Rays catcher Jose Molino. Got him right on that index finger.
He fouls back that hard splitter. There you can see that support on that index finger. Kansas City scored 2 runs in the top of the 10th. They've taken an 8-6 lead. Navarro strikes out, 2 down. Anthony Ghost, the number 9 hitter.
Rotation, and that's what happens when you've got fastball. You see the slider that just getting on top, and that's that depth to the slider that pitchers need right there. That downward rotation, sharp.
Fastball strike on the outside corner. Anthony Ghost 1 for 3 tonight. .98, but off the plate. Jose Reyes is on deck, and boy, you don't think he'd like a chance to bat here in the 10th. He committed the error that led to the tying run, scoring in the top of the 9th. Two and one. Now 2 and 2. Blue Jays are down to their final strike. Wade Davis is the pitcher of record for Kansas City. He pitched 2 perfect innings in relief of James Shields. Full count.
Anthony Ghost doing everything he can to get on base and bring the tying run to the plate.
They got to throw him a fastball. And he hits it foul. Boy, they are playing Anthony very shallow and well around to left. They don't expect him to get around on Greg Hammond. You can see Dyson is, literally 40 feet from the left field foul.
Pitch him away, play him away, and throw 97.
Broken bat up the middle, and it's short. Ghost gets there as Hosmer couldn't dig out to throw in the dirt. Escobar made a nice play, spun and fired a seed in the dirt in front of Hosmer.
Well, Escobar did everything he could, and he knows with the speed of Ghost, he has to come up firing and hurry. He was in the dirt. Hosmer just could not come up with it.
It'll be ruled an infield single for Anthony Ghost, his second hit of the night. And that keeps the inning alive. And Jose Reyes gets the chance to hit here in the 10th. He's 0 for 4.
First baseman Eric Hosmer will play just behind Ghost there. I don't think they're too concerned if he takes the bag.
Reyes had a good rip, fouls it back.
First base coach Tim Leeper just in the ear of Anthony Gose. I wonder if he's telling him to go ahead and take it. Anytime you can get that extra 90 feet, it doesn't hurt, because then it keeps the force out at second out of the equation with somebody like Jose Reyes at the plate and make them go to first base with it.
Reyes waves at it, and he's behind 0-2. Holland looking for his 15th save. There goes Gose. Strike 3 call. That's the ball game. Reyes caught looking at strike 3. Holland picks up the save. Kansas City wins it. Omar Infante with a clutch hit once again. A 2-run single in the 10th.
Big hit by Omar Infante coming through for his club. This is a tough one for the Blue Jays right here. They have not had to face something like this in a while, this hot streak that they've been on. And nobody feels worse tonight than Jose Reyes throwing that ball away with the game being in the bag. And it's a tough one for the Blue Jays, but you know what? This will be a real good test, and we'll see how they respond here moving forward.
So the Blue Jays win streak ends at 9, and they'll have to pick it up tomorrow. Stay tuned. It's connected on 4 channels. More baseball on Sportsnet 1. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night.